Taapsee with us, a huge star and such a talented star as well. And of course, Kritika Kamra is in the house as well. And we're going to, of course, begin by asking you and congratulating you, Kritika, on the award that you're getting today.
Thank you so much. It's really special to me.
Firstly, what would you say about this honor being called, of course, the industry's rising star?
That is what one hopes to be for a long time, I guess, because I think everything I do with a mindset or with a hope to grow, to learn, and rising means that. It means that there's a long way to go, and I'm happy to be on this journey, so thank you so much.
Yes. You know, you're of course being honored by the NewsX Shakti Award. What has been your Shakti mantra and where do you derive it from?
I think it comes a lot from my upbringing and the values and everything that I've seen in my family. I'm one of those privileged people who were, brought up, me and my brother were brought up the same way. I was told to always be independent, to be fearless in my choices, in my words, and somewhere knowing that my parents stand by that gives me immense strength.
Okay. Let's just talk a bit about the journey, how it started. Do you remember when you first, got those stars in your eyes, when you first decided that you wanted to join the film industry, that this is what you wanted to do? Do you remember that the age and who you told that to first?
So honestly, I didn't really decide. It happened to me, and I'm so glad it did because I don't know what else I could have done. It happened right here in Delhi. I was in NIFT, Delhi, and someone spotted me outside the college and said, would you like to come in for an audition? I had no idea what an audition meant or even the fact that there would be a camera inside, and I went, and that's how I got my first TV show. And it was only when I reached the sets of this shoot is when I actually absolutely fell in love with the whole world of filmmaking, and I'm still very much in love with it.
How supportive was your family, and what was the reaction of, your close ones to that decision?
The first reaction was kind of funny. Nobody really believed it. They said, "Aise thodi hota hai that somebody came up to you and now they're like, move to Bombay and you're going." Like, that's not how it works. So my mom came with me to Mumbai. We met with the producers. We signed a contract. She got me into a PG and everything. So that's when it got real, and they believed that this was really a thing.
Now there are many actors, of course, young actors, and from Delhi, where you're from, as you're saying, who look up to you now and who want to be Kritika Kamra one day. But who are the actors that you look up to in the industry and have earlier too?
Tabu is one such actor. I think I absolutely love her filmography, everything that she's done. Absolutely brave, unconventional choices, things that I also find really attractive. Taapsee, who's sitting over here, has made some very brave choices as an actor, as a producer, and her entire journey, I think, for anybody who comes from the outside is really inspirational.
Also, of course, speaking about the television industry now, where you started out from, how was it for you, as a woman in the industry at that point? Did you face any challenges, hurdles, obstacles initially when you got that first break to, of course, the point when you achieved a lot of stardom in the television industry before you made the transition successfully, which I'll just come to as well?
So the thing is, it's a little bit complicated with these mediums, Of course, as a woman, certain working conditions on sets and on outdoor shoots are not very, they could be better. And television particularly is really, really grueling. But creatively, television is all about and has always been about the women. You'll see that the central characters are women. The journey is mostly the woman's, the protagonist is a woman and it's her journey. So it's the woman's journey mostly. So in that sense, television has always been, I think, kinder to its women characters, at least. What it lacks probably is that you have the ideal beti and the ideal bahu, and you have very black and white characters. And the transition that you're talking about has actually given me a chance to play flawed female characters, That was something that I thought I was missing out on being on television. But as an actor and as a female actor, I think there is far more parity on television than other mediums.
Do you also feel, Kritika, were you also, a bit scared, not scared, but a bit apprehensive about whether you would be typecast? Because often TV actors are typecast when they make that journey into films. So were you a bit apprehensive about that, when you did start doing film roles?
I didn't know about the distinction for a very long time, to be honest with you. I started with television, and to me, acting was acting. It's the same even today. My process does not change. It changes according to the role that I have and the director that I'm working with. It's not like I have a different set of things I do for television acting or film acting or OTT, etc. So for the longest time, I didn't know this distinction. It was only after I quit television and sort of like looked in the other direction and wanted to do stuff on film and web is when I got to know that there is a preconceived notion that people have about TV actors. And when I sort of faced that myself in my journey is when I understood that, okay, it's not the same. There is a hierarchy, which I wasn't very much aware of before that because I just did television for like years straight and really enjoyed it and learned everything from it.
How has OTT, changed your graph, you believe, of your filmography?
It's given me some of the most exciting characters to play. I've got a chance to play a gangster, a cop recently, stuff that people didn't imagine me doing. On television, I was forever the cute, bubbly girl. So to really be able to go out there, get these parts, and then to get some appreciation for it has been a big deal for me as an actor and for my confidence.
आजकल IPL मैच के बाद एक अवार्ड दिया जाता है गेम चेंजर ऑफ द मैच. इट्स फॉर द प्लेयर जिसने गेम चेंज कर दिया खुद की टीम के लिए. आपके लिए कौन सी वो गेम चेंजिंग रोल या प्रोजेक्ट रहा है, one or two, which you believe changed the game for you?
Very early on in my television career, I did a show called Kitni Mohabbat Hai that sort of got me some credibility and position in the television industry. By that I mean that I got to work on my terms, I was paid better, and suddenly I had opportunities, like lots of doors opened up to me. And more recently, I think Bombay Meri Jaan has been a show that has...
Amazing show.
Thank you. That has really changed things for me because now the way people look at me, they can imagine me in more rustic roles. They can imagine me in, because in our industry, oftentimes there is more protagonist, antagonist, villain, but now they can see me in these grey characters that they did not imagine me in before.
Okay. Now let me get a quick segment in called Explain the Headline. There are 3 recent headlines about you that I'd like you to quickly explain. So there's one headline.
Are they all quotes? But?
They're quotes, yeah.
Oh, wow.
You can say you're misquoted too. There's one headline where you are saying, Kritika Kamra, there's a fine line between a compliment and objectification. Do you believe that line is crossed sometimes? Why did you say this?
Yeah, I think a lot of times. And also, in films we see that. Many a time. I think that is the difference between like celebrating somebody's appearance or beauty or sexuality, and then it oftentimes becomes a bit cringe, I think. So in certain songs you'll feel that way, wherein in their defense they could say that it's about the beauty of a woman, but as a woman I find it objectifying sometimes.
Okay. I didn't get here because of any connections.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't know anybody in Mumbai when I moved. So, yeah.
Do you believe it's easier if you do have connections?
No, everybody will tell you that, oh, sorry, yes, if you have connections, yes. 100% in any field, in any career. Mm-hmm. To just have somebody who's done this before or even a mentor for that matter. Sometimes you just don't know. Like I said, like for so many years in the beginning, I didn't know there was a hierarchy. So just things like that.
And finally, it's impossible to be secure in this industry. Yes,
it's not, because you're constantly judged on your appearance, on something that you do, and it can feel immensely personal. And now because of social media, I think everybody feels judged, but being someone in the public eye, you obviously get a little bit more of that. So it's hard to be absolutely secure.
Have you ever been impacted by that pressure?
I frankly don't take it so seriously, and I'm also because I know I would be affected, I choose to share very little. So that's my defense mechanism.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And finally, before we end with a rapid fire or quick fire segment, let me quickly get your take on you spoke about parity in the television industry. What about the film industry now. Is that something that's changing, be it pay parity or be it parity for meteor roles for women in the film industry? And here I mean leading roles. And of course, we have one example in the room, but what's your take on that?
So I'll tell you what, I don't think I am the best person to comment on it, but in my experience or in my understanding, I think this is a nuanced conversation. I don't think it's so gender specific. I think in fact there is another system, which is the star system, that comes into play when it comes to monies. So, you know, there could be a project, a film or anything where there is a female star and she would get paid more than her male counterpart because she is the star of that project. And of course, mostly it's vice versa. But I think personally what bothers me is when there is a huge delta between what a star of a movie is being paid and what a good actor in a meaty role is also being paid. Like the delta is just too much. So I think...
Doesn't matter gender.
Doesn't matter, yeah, in that case sometimes. So that's what I'm saying, like there are too many factors. It's a much more nuanced conversation than just saying that, I mean, there is a lot of other parity that women can still have in terms of opportunity and exposure and treatment on sets and even pay in certain cases when they're playing equal parts. But overall, just for pay, there are way too many factors.
Okay, let's end with the rapid fire then, as I said.
Okay,
let's begin. Mountains or beaches? Your preference?
Mountains.
Okay. What's your favorite cuisine?
Listen, I love Delhi food, okay? I miss Delhi chaat in Mumbai, so can I just say that?
And we got a few claps. Delhi ki chaat bahut prasidh hai.
Absolutely.
Clearly. Kha lena before you take the flight back.
I hope so.
Yes. Okay. Talking, of course, about one guilty pleasure. What is that for you?
It's pizza or fries. Basically, I don't really have a sweet tooth, so anything deep fried or something, or cheesy.
Okay. Yeah. What's, one superpower you wish you had?
I wish I could read people's minds. Yeah. I really appreciate clear communication, but there's a dearth of that. So just being able to read people's minds would give me a lot of power.
Okay. Most underrated actor today in the industry?
Oh, that's very hard to say. I don't know.
You can say one or two if you feel.
I don't know. No.
Okay, we'll skip that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also think that, in fact, we're in the times where if you're a good actor, I think today there are more channels and more ways to get noticed. I think we're in that better time.
Finally, OTT, is that
yeah.
right? And any overrated ones?
I'm not answering this today.
You'd rather not say? Okay. There are a few though.
Of course there are.
Okay.
Yeah.
And finally, the game we played earlier too.
Huh.
2 truths and 1 lie.
Even just like Krishna said, even I've been thinking about it, and I did. Now I've forgotten.
Yeah.
I recently took stunt training for a project. I'm a bad driver, and I have a timer on some of the apps on my phone. It's very tough.
Okay. That's a good note to end on, because now it's up to the viewers, over to you, to guess which is the truth and which is the lie. And you can comment, of course, on social media and our video to tell us.
How do we confirm?
Huh?
How and when do we confirm?
Next conclave.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Next conclave. Okay. Thank you so much, Kritika Kamra, for joining us today.
Thank you
once
so
again,
much.
Wishing you all the very best in your journey ahead. More power to you, and congrats on your award today.
Thank you.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.